Name Goat King. Authorization Realm. Edit Private Journal. 252 standard days or 756 shifts post-crash. Have you ever seen a nuclear explosion? Not with your eyes, of course, but through a sun shield or on the ship's monitors? It really is something. Our ship came out of the drift just in time to see one of the new Vesk ships shattered by the coil gun shots of an Azlanti warship. As it turned to us, thankfully a much larger Vesk ship dropped out of the drift and loosed its nuclear missiles. The Azlanti beating the Vesk to this new harbor system had to be either amazing luck or the divine intervention of the Star Empire's revered deity, Lisala. After the brief skirmish, we began our task of supporting the Vesk battle group through logistics, salvage, and emergency medical response. I hadn't expected fighting to start so soon, if at all. Afterwards, the flotilla retreated to the sparse asteroid belt of the nearly barren system to perform reconnaissance from a distance, as well as make use of a few civilian mining ships to start repairs. This was not the easy opportunity to get out of the Vesk home system I thought it would be. Nobody knew a lot about the Azlanti Star Empire for sure, except one thing. Every previous encounter between the Veskarium, or Pact Worlds, and the Azlanti had ended in not only violence, but also complete victory for the Azlanti. The fact that the Vesk battle group had transited into the same system as the Azlanti and gotten away with so little loss could only mean one thing. The Azlanti Star Empire was so heavily affected by the crash that they may be weak enough to fight. That wouldn't be a good thing for me. I had stumbled into what would be the front lines of a war. And yes, this backwater system, home to only one planet, Kataria, would be the front lines. The unexplained behavior of the crash teleported in 7 drift beacons, transforming this from a place in the vast to a harbor. A harbor supports travel times equal to post-crash Absalom Station, and there's speculation that if the drift ever stabilizes, harbors will boast the amazing drift travel that Absalom Station does. Sitting in the asteroid belt, avoiding Azlanti scouts, a few things became apparent. This system had been under the Empire's control for at least 3 decades. They hadn't built this system up to any true military capacity, and they weren't receiving resupplies or reinforcements. Yet. And they were really bad at encrypting messages, so bad a few analysts began to assume it was deliberate misinformation. Regardless, it sounded like they were on the verge of a breakthrough into a new Starship drive. If that was true, this system's new place in the hierarchy of drift travel wouldn't mean much to the Azlanti. However, if that wasn't true, this system might be valuable enough for the Azlanti Star Empire to properly reinforce. Or, if the Vesk managed to take it from them, reconquer when they pull themselves back together. I hope to not be here when that happens. Waden, may you grant us swift and safe travels.